Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Pikmin! Last time, on day 2, we explored the Forest of Hope and acquired a couple of ship parts, and a new type of Pikmin in the form of yellows, who can go real high and use bomb rocks. Today, we're going to be continuing our exploration of the Forest of Hope, because there is a total of 5 parts we can acquire at this point in time, and today I'd like to cover those remaining 3 parts. One of them is very, very useful to our journey throughout this entire game. So what I'm first going to be doing here is, oh yeah, that's right, the Pikmin that were left behind. Well, not left behind, but the yellow Pikmin are still sprouted. I can get those now. I better do that real quick. Oh, so, little thing. That is known as a honey wisp. Whenever you go through, like, rustling grass, sometimes that thing will appear. If you manage to throw a Pikmin on top of it successfully, you will be able to acquire the nectar from it. You'll see them scattered throughout this game, so take advantage of them when you can, because they're really useful. That's weird, I'm still missing a Pikmin? That's weird. Huh. I mean, whatever, I guess. Better do this real quick. Alright. You guys are gonna bring those over. And while that's happening, I'm gonna collect a couple bomb rocks. I'm only gonna really need 3. I better get this honey wisp. I'll get that for later. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I get these Pikmin to carry that. Again, as Olimar mentioned, you do want to be careful when it comes to, like, throwing those Pikmin, because if you call them back... Oh, wow, really? Whatever. No, you're gonna go over there, and you're gonna carry this pallet for me. Thank you! Get out of there. Or get away from me. I'm trying to do my thing. I'm gonna use these bomb rocks to destroy this wall. One thing I should mention about the stone walls. As you progress through the game, some of them are gonna require more. It is always in a set of 3. Like, a multiple of 3. So, the early walls, like these ones, are only gonna really require, like, 3. So that's really not an issue. As for the other ones, though, as we'll be seeing later, are going to require like 6 to 9, which is going to be a little bit of a chore. It's not going to be too bad per se, but it is something worth noting, and it is something highly important to keep in mind. Alright, now I've got exactly 20 yellows, so what I'm going to do is get these yellow Pikmin up there to carry this pallet over. And I think it's about time I got some of the reds out finally. So I think a good 50 should do the trick. Better get some nectar while I'm here. The one major problem with collecting nectar in this game is that you gotta be careful when it comes to swarming your Pikmin onto the nectar, because there'll be times where you get you'll get like one Pikmin onto the nectar, and he'll just like, and that Pikmin will just like hog up all the nectar for himself, and then you're kind of shit out of luck for the rest of your Pikmin to get any nectar. So it is a major problem. Bum rush this guy real quick. Gotcha. Alright. now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my reds start breaking down this wall. Because we've got a little mission for the yellows. Okay, now these enemies, Shearwigs, I hate these guys. They're incredibly annoying. As you, from what you just, like, saw... excuse me, I'm sorry. Like these Shearwigs, they'll eat Pikmin, just like, most of the other enemies in this game. They only eat one at a time, so that's fine. But the problem with them is, like, even if you swarm the enemies, kind of like how I did. I'm kind of reckless. I'm kind of reckless like that. Hoping the mic isn't picking up. Anyways. In case you did hear that, that was my dog outside my room. I'm not letting him in. And he went downstairs, thank goodness. Anyways. I'm gonna have all those yellow Pikmin do that. But anyways, back to the Sheargrubs. Even if you swarm them like I did, for no reason at all, they'll somehow eat a Pikmin anyway. Like, the health gauge will not drain until it's finished, like, eating a Pikmin. It's like a sacrificial sort of thing. I don't know why it happens. I've made yet another Pikmin-related discovery. Just when I was about to exceed 100 Pikmin in the field, the onions stopped expelling seeds. Yet, the total number of Pikmin continued to climb. It seems that once there are 100 Pikmin in the field, subsequent seeds get stored inside the onion. Thus, no more than 100 Pikmin can be in the field at one time in any area. And that holds true for the entire series. You can only have 100 Pikmin at a time. That message pops up so darn often. It is so annoying to see that message, because it pops up so many darn times, and you just kind of like, okay, I get it. I can't have any more Pikmin. You can stop showing the same darn message over and over again. I don't know why they insist on showing the stupid message over and over again. They just do. And it's not fun to have to watch the same stupid scene over and over again. It's really not. It's a pain in the ass. Anyways, I'm gonna get this nectar. I'm gonna need some Bob Rocks. I'm gonna need a lot of them too. And unfortunately, there aren't any. Oh, there's only 2. Okay, now I think I should be fine. I need 7 more. I need exactly 9 in order for this to work, and I think I should be okay. It's just that there is another problem. Alright, for one, I'm gonna get all my yellow Pikmin alone. Yeah, the red Pikmin are done, so I'm gonna handle that in a moment. Stop beating up that pallet. Oh yeah, those pallet posses. Those shift colors, which, spoiler warning, as you can see, it shifts from red to yellow to blue, so spoiler warning, we get blue Pikmin later on. How much later? That I will not say. I will keep that part a secret. Alright, now we've got our next ship part, which is going to be vital. Absolutely vital to our journey. Known as the... It's my whimsical radar. With it, I'll be able to see all nearby ship parts at a single glance. I just press Y to check it. This find fills me with great hope. This is going to be your radar. This is going to tell you where every treasure is in the entire, on the map of each level that we explore in this game. This is an incredibly useful, ship part, and for what it's worth, it's necessary in order for you to actually make some good amount of progress in this game. Alright, now while all of those guys are doing that, I'm going to take these. I'm going to take these Pikmin, and throw them at this wall because there's a ship part over there as well. But, oh, come on, really? Don't do that. Drop the bomb rock. I don't know why the Pikmin do that too sometimes. Like, for no reason, I'll just like, I don't know why. For some reason, like, you'll throw a Pikmin with a bomb rock at a wall. Well, you'll throw two in this instance. And for, like, no reason, the other one will just, like, run back without dropping it. This important part can detect the locations of the other missing parts. The radar will be added to my monitor, which I can press wide of view. See, zooms in and out. This will surely help me in my search for the remaining parts. Alright, now to go over that finally. Now that we have the map, we can use, as they said, we can use the C stick to go up and down. R will bring you to your controls, so in case you forgot by, I guess, this point, here's a little, like, reminder. But anyway, as for the map itself, all those stars you see on screen are all the ship parts we need. And as for that green mark in question, wow. That must be a Pikmin that was left behind after the bullshit that happened on day 2, where I just lost 3 Pikmin. Yeah, I guess I might as well go into that. Sometimes when you bring flower Pikmin into battle and they actually die before traversing to leaf Pikmin, sometimes, this doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes they will actually leave a seed behind when which will grow into a Pikmin when you come back the next day. Or like the next day you're here anyways. Anyways, got another ship part. The Nova Blaster! This emits a dazzling burst of light, capable of destroying almost anything. I'm not exactly sure about this, but the promotional brochure claims that its blast can travel in the currents of space-time, smashing through stars and into the rifts of space. Okay, that's great, Olimar. That's awesome. So why the hell didn't you use this to destroy the meteor? I'm waiting. No, not talking, Ed. Alright, fine. I didn't want an answer anyway. I didn't actually care. I care a lot because that is very freaking dumb. We have a giant laser, we're not using it. That makes no sense in the slightest. I've been questioning it for a very long time why Olimar didn't just, like, you know, do that. Alright, we're running out of time, and what really sucks is that I was able to get all 3 ship parts on day 3. I'm unsure if I'll be able to get the remaining ship part today because I don't know if I have enough bomb rocks. Nova Blaster. This is a weapon of such incredible destructive force that it can blast stars into tiny pieces. It has a strange allure. And whenever you acquire the necessary ship parts, the ship will change a little bit, noting that you're able to explore the next area. But I'm not satisfied because there is still yet another thing we have to acquire. And I just remembered more bomb rocks that I could find, so never mind, I'm gonna be fine. What I am gonna do, however... Actually, no. No. No, I actually need these Pikmin in order to carry the thing back. Alright, I have more than enough from just that can. That is, wow, that is amazing. Alright, I wish I could take the monsters back. I probably will not be able to, but yeah, that's all I got. I won't be able to take them back, which sucks in hindsight, but it's whatever, I suppose. Alright, I did say I needed 7, so this is probably a very overkill. And I think this should do it. Alright, now to demonstrate this real quick. There we go. And now for our last ship part for the day. We'll be able to make it. We're going to be cutting it close, but we can make it. It's the extraordinary bolt. I bought this incredibly bolt because the salesman told me it is of extraordinary quality. That is indiscernible to the average person. Exactly what makes it so extraordinary is the secret, but just look at it. Extraordinary. In other words, the salesman told Olimar that this thing is extraordinary, so it must be so. I don't get it, but I mean, whatever. If that's what Olimar thinks, I mean, sure, why not? I think I do have enough time to take the monsters back. But I do want to go back for that Pikmin. Was that Pikmin seriously about to run all the way back to me? Alright, where is it? There it is. Oh, it's a flower Pikmin. Cool. Alright, that's pretty neat. Alright, we got all 3 parts. We're cutting it close. I guess that's what happens when you start recording yourself, because I had a little more time than this when I got the 3 parts during the test playthrough. This bolt's bolt holds the kind of value that only a true connoisseur can understand. Alright, now in this case, we need 6 more parts in order to expand our ship a little more in order to go to the next level. So, that's cool. But that's pretty much all there is to do, so I'm just going to see if I can get some nectar here and there, and get some flower pigment for the next day. But yeah, that's it. I mean, like, I suppose we could make this bridge right here, but there's really no reason to do that, like, right now. Like, there is literally no reason to do it. Unless if you're a speedrunner, because I've seen speedrunners pull this trick off, because there is a ship part across the water, but we obviously can't get to it. Wow, I started a little bit, I'm sorry. We can't bring them into water because apparently red and yellow Pikmin, they can't survive in water. They'll start flapping all over the place, and if you don't call them out of the water, they'll just, like, drown or whatever. Again, it's the Pikmin we currently have. So, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe this blue Pikmin might be able to make certain things easier. Who knows? I kind of wish the Pelopassis didn't do that little switcheroo thing, because I didn't want to spoil that for those that haven't played this game, but the game kind of spoils itself accidentally, but whatever. I now add yellow Pikmin to my list of discoveries. These creatures could wield bomb rocks, so perhaps I could use them to blast out rock walls and open up new regions. Red and yellow Pikmin, as well as bomb rock carriers, break into squads when dismissed with X, or when I grab one for a moment by holding A. And that's all there is to it. We managed to save a few extra days, which is great. But, yeah, we completed the Forest of Hope. At least for now, anyways. So with that said, next time on Pikmin. Starting on day 4, we're going to be exploring the new area, the Forest Navel, or Navel, however the heck you want to pronounce it. It's supposed to be pronounced Navel, but I've heard some people pronounce it as Navel, so... Anyways, I've got a juice.